Okay, honesty time. How honest of a human being are you when the consequences of being honest are pretty high and undesirable? Hey, my name is Moses. I love to bring you tools that facilitate your personal development. So if you're getting value from this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's get right into it. Being honest or telling the truth doesn't cost anything, but it has intended and unintended consequences. Let me tell you a story here. This is back in high school. I was probably in 10th grade, maybe 11th grade, and I was in geometry class, and I was failing in geometry class. Well, I finished geometry class with a D-. Suffice to say, I was not a smart student when it came to mathematics, and I distinctly remember in geometry class, we had a quiz, either a quiz or a test. And when the results came in and the teacher was going over the questions, what are the right answers, what are the wrong answers, and when he got to one of the questions that I had gotten right, the answer that he gave was not the answer that I had written. So I was a bit confuzzled. After class, I walked up to him and I said, hey, you gave me a right answer here, but the answer that I gave is not the same answer that you gave when you were going over the quiz or the test. And he looks at it. He thinks, he's like, okay, yeah, that's the wrong answer. But he had given me a point for it. He gave it some thought, and he's like, you know what, keep that point. And that was, it didn't do any favor, right, to me, because I still didn't do well in the quiz/test. But the experience of telling the truth when the stakes are high and the consequences not being so bad, it kind of left a little something in me. Fast forward to about a year and a half ago, I am in Rwanda with my girl and we rent a car and we decide to drive like, I don't know, an hour or two away using Google Maps. Now Google Maps does its thing and sends us through these roads that no car was ever meant to be driving through. And before we knew it, we were in some really bad terrain and we started bottoming out the bottom of the car. So some pieces were starting to fall off. It was a no bueno. Once we were able to get out of all that fiasco and we're driving home, I'm starting to think about how much is this going to cost us? What are we gonna tell to the company that we rented the vehicle? And so we decided that no matter the cost, we were going to tell the truth. We're not going to throw the pieces away and just pretend that it never happened. After all the pieces were from the bottom of the car. Nothing around the vehicle. And before we took the vehicle, we took a video around the vehicle, and the renter also did a walk around, but nobody like looked underneath. So it is something that we could have gotten away with, maybe, right? But we thought about it and we're like, okay, we're gonna take these pieces that fell off, we're gonna put them inside of the vehicle, and we're going to show the pieces to the renter so that they can make the decision for themselves. So we did just that. We arrived and we took a picture, sent it to the owner, said, hey, here are the pieces that fell out while we were driving, and we hit some potholes, we hit some all kinds of stuff, and this is what we got now. He had sent a guy to take over the vehicle, and the guy looked around it, and we were given a thumbs up. You're fine. But before we got the thumbs up, the stakes were really high in my head, because first of all, I didn't read every single fine print on that contract, right? It could have been that the smallest of dings and dents is gonna come out of my pocket. But choosing to tell the truth when the stakes were that high, I mean, it did something. I'll tell you that. It wasn't something that just came extra easy, like, man, I'm an honest guy, so I'm always gonna tell the truth no matter what. And it's like, nah, there are times that have come and went that I had the opportunity to test truly how honest of a human being I am, and I didn't, right? So when the stakes are high and I still choose to tell the truth, it's like, okay, maybe I am an honest guy after all. Anyways, the whole point of this video is basically to ask you a question, essentially, right? How honest of a human being are you? And more specifically, are you willing to be honest when the stakes are high? If you got value from this video, give it a thumbs up. My name is Moses, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.